Hello, today I am going to use this massive Rider-Waite deck, and I am going to talk about the 100th monkey theory or the 29 degree or 29, the 29% monkey, and then what that's about. And I'm also going to talk about something else as far as us being I'm going to just put my camera down so you can see I am basically, this deck is so big, I have to do this like this so that I can actually do the deck. Anyway, so what am I wanting to talk about today? Well, the 29% on an island, some monkeys were receiving sweet potatoes. And as a result of receiving these sweet potatoes, they would be dropped off in the sand. And this was a spot where they would have sand in their food. And one of the monkeys decided that he didn't really like having sand in his food, or she, or whatever monkey it was. And the monkey went into the water and washed the potato and ate it. And as a result, other monkeys started doing the same thing. And interestingly, when the percentage of monkeys became 29%, all of the monkeys on the island adopted the behavior. Throughout that island and the islands adjacent, the monkeys began washing their food for reasons unknown. Different set of circumstances, different set of monkeys. But once a certain percentage of monkeys started doing things a certain way, the rest of the monkeys seem to, through osmosis, through the air, begin doing the same thing, same or similar. Okay, so that's one part of my conversation I want to have. And I'm going to ask the Rider-Waite to help us today to understand what we're looking at here. Now, we are the only species on planet Earth that hoards resources. No animals. If there's food, I'm not saying that the dominant animal makes room for the non-dominant. That does not happen either. The dominant animal eats until sated, walks away, and the next animal in line goes, and then the next, and so on and so forth. And literally, predator prey. They have a way of everyone has resources in some way or another. And without that, the predator-prey system simply wouldn't work if at all times the system was in danger of collapsing upon itself and going extinct. That's not good survival skills. So here we are. Now, I have taken recently Chinese astrology so that I could better understand some things in myself. I'm a triple monkey with a year rat. And what does that do for me? Well, I have some things where it really means that I have some highly limited views. Probably astrology is all I was really meant to do. And now it would be particular to how the stars affect you. But in my case, it's clear that I specialize and I just do one thing and I do it well. And that's completely okay. But I'm very concerned about us as a human species, and maybe we're not all the same species. I've had some thoughts on that as well. But it seems as though the billionaire class, maybe to some degree the millionaire class, when you have as much as you need, and I feel very strongly this way, when you have as much as you need, do you need more? And my opinion is I want to be able to pay my bills, to be able to live reasonably in the location I live, which is Hawaii, which is expensive. I want to simply be able to eat in a healthy way. I want to be able to live in a healthy, correct way. And once my needs are met, I don't need any more. And I'm satisfied with that. And I live in a place where the contrast couldn't be more important to pay attention to, where the billionaires literally in this community are eating our local people, the people who are from here. The Hawaiians, we've priced them out of this place. We've priced them right off the rock, okay? Because people will basically see a property on Zillow. It doesn't matter to them. Oh, you know, it's 500,000. Let me pay for that. And they pay cash for it. And they've never even seen it. So a lot of times houses, the condition they're in here sometimes is shocking. So, and 500,000, I'm making it sound like that's the median price of a home. That's not true either. The median price home here is a lot higher than that. So I want to say, I mean, I'm renting and I am building a house, but we are doing a kit home. We are coming in way under the average median price because I can't, as a citizen, support pricing local people out of a place to live that is really their home. And I'm just passing through here. And why am I here? Because I'm here for hospice. Now I'm not hospice right now. I'm really very much in a state where I'm traveling fairly well with my problems that I have. But we are in a circumstance where it's kind of becoming red hot and maybe too hot to handle. How much longer, Spirit? So I've already shuffled and now I just need to cut the deck 3 times. Well, this is a Mongo deck. How much more of this, Spirit, can we sustain? It feels very unsustainable. And I know that here, if you are a local Hawaiian person working a minimum wage job and living in a tent, and you see someone like me that can afford a house, it's outraging. It's outrageous. And I'm just passing through. What in the world are we going to do about this? And how is it that this can continue to be okay? So oh, that's beautiful. The heart of the matter is death. Now, death doesn't mean death. Death means something has to change. And it really, truly, it does here. Every single day on Highway 11, we've had a major car accident. Every single day, somebody's died. Too many people on the road, too many people wanting to be here, too many people wanting to partake in something that is causing so much trouble for the people that live here. Me, strangely enough, this is the best place for me because of some of my medical needs. This would not be a place I would recommend for someone to go for medical care. This will stop. Don't do it. I just happened to get here. I died 3 days before I arrived. So my expectation when I arrived here was I was going to die. And I am living by some miracle because this land won't let me go. And I'm very grateful for that. But at the same time, it hurts my heart horribly to see locals suffering as they do. And nobody caring, nobody wanting to even talk about it. And the billionaires failing to realize that without the locals, we don't have aloha. And if we don't have aloha, we don't have Hawaii. We just have a tropical island. We have those all over the world. Well, why in the heck would you want to come here? It's not special anymore if that's what we're doing. So by the very nature of the greed, we are edging people right off their homes, out off the planet in some ways. And where do people who have no means go? I mean, are we going to legislate them right off the planet? Are we going to start, here, you just need to be extinguished because, well, you don't fit the billionaire situation. We want you to put money in his closet. We don't care how you live. You go live in the bathroom or something, it's really quite sick. Okay, so what do we get? We get another major arcana. We get the sun. So what's happening? Well, it's being exposed, and this has been going on a long time. And there has been other people, thank God, that are starting to really talk about this. But I actually had a thought. And again, 29%, if 29% of us get on board, we can change the world. So light workers, join me. Come on, we need the help. But what is this? The sun. Well, it's saying that in the past, this has been illuminated. This has been brought to the fore. And I can say that, until you live here, until you really understand how serious the issues are and how serious the needs are, it's kind of amazing. So in the past, we get the sun. In the present position, oh my goodness, the moon, where, right, subconsciously, these people are out of ideas, they're out of hope. And so I was getting some ideas myself. I was thinking about this, because they are howling at the moon. There is nobody really listening in some ways. Maybe there is people listening, but we need to listen better. We need to get to that 29% where the whole world is listening. The whole world is ready to do something about it. Because if you go to school, fourth grade, I believe, you talk about colonization, and it's this dirty, horrible thing that we're all doing, and we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have gone and done what we did. We're still doing it, and I just find it amazing, shocking, and troubling beyond words. And we get the moon, of course, that this is in the now position. So in the future, what's coming, Spirit? So wow. Okay. Let's start. The cards want to talk today, and all major arcanas, where there is going to be some solutions. Now, the star is saying there's something to be hopeful for. And myself, I hope so, because people are moving, local people are moving off of the islands in ways that it's actually affecting the tax base. They're actually starting to talk about it. Not enough poor people are contributing to the tax base to make it all work for them anymore. So sad. It's really sad. And remember, at the base of this is death. Okay, so what's happening? Well, we do have to learn to pour from one cup to another. Now, I was having some thoughts, and I'm just going to say, and if anybody has any ideas, there is so much room for ideas, and there's so much room to have hope, but we have to start somewhere. And even if it's stupid, okay, it's better to start somewhere than to never start at all, because we have to get it worked out. So one of the things that I was considering myself is that these hotels, you have no idea, they're huge, at many of them, right along the ocean front, taking up much of our precious resources. And even though we're supposed to be able to walk the ocean front, they don't make it exactly. Some places make it easier than others. Let me just put it like that. Some places, it's easier to get to the ocean than at other places. And some places it's going to be based upon, they're going to let so many people in, and that's it. But do I have the freedom as a person that is considered a resident of Hawaii to just go anywhere? Not exactly. That's not totally right. So what am I proposing? I'm saying that some of these hotels that are bringing in billions of dollars, I think, for instance, where I'm building next door to me is a lot, and it's called a Hawaiian Homes lot, which means that it is slated for a local family here on the islands. And I don't know what all the rules, regulations, qualifications, and ways forward. So I just want to say all this is, I'm speaking only from a perspective of my heart chakra. And what I'm hoping will occur is that we start forcing these big hotels, these big resorts, to start every year putting one family in a Hawaiian home. If each one of these hotels that are making so much money off this place did that, I think we could solve a lot of problems. Now, in order to make it equitable for the local Hawaiian people, we are going to have to get what they pay for a house payment down to something quite highly reasonable that they can afford to stay and live here. This is like a crisis of critical and epic proportions. And so what I got today was a whole lot of major arcana, as if the cards themselves are saying, yes, at the base of it, it is time for something to change here, that this is no longer sustainable. Our extinction as a people happens because of this. If we take out one race, it's a matter of time before we take out another one, and another, and another. And we can justify it all we want. But for the wealthy, this is what we're willing to do. We want to lose our minds and have wealth worship. Are they somehow better than you? Ask yourself why. Why would you look at one person and think they're better because they got money? That's not true. Most people who are highly wealthy are the most miserable people, and they're here all over the island. They don't like you. They don't like me. They could care less. They're superior to us, and they're not concerned about solving problems. But greed is greed, and there is no other way to put it. We can't continue. This is not sustainable. And with that, please do hit like, share, and subscribe. Join me. Leave your comments. Let's have some dialogue. Let's talk about this. This is a really important issue. Thank you so much for joining me today.